It is a stamina day today, and it is also raining outside, so I'm going to need a little extra energy. So I'm going to head downstairs, make a nice latte, show you how I make my latte art. And then we're going to head out to the field. We're going to work on a conditioning workout that is appropriate for this first phase of the off season. So a level 1 stamina workout for goalies. Let's go. But first, coffee. I call this just a soccer field shuffle, and it doesn't have to be a soccer field. But what we're trying to do is essentially a category 2 workout, which is a low level aerobic base type workout that has some really important adaptations, such as increasing capillary density, increasing mitochondrial density. Both of those are aerobic fitness adaptations that help you recover more quickly in between intense bouts. So think of your team's on a 5-minute PK and you're gassed, and then there's a little bit of a break in play or the puck gets down the other zone. You can recover more quickly so that you're ready to go if your team turns it over again and the play's right back down in your end. Really important that you go at an easy intensity. So these workouts are hard because they feel like they're too easy. You think, I should be going harder. So if you want me to give you the calculation to help figure out roughly where your heart rate should be, these are really good workouts for using a heart rate monitor. Sometimes, people want to use a heart rate monitor all the time. I don't know that it's necessary all the time, but I think it's more important in these lower intensity workouts than it is even for the high intensity workouts. The reason we're doing a soccer field shuffle is I also want to help you get your muscles around your hips adapted to some running, some shuffling, some ground-based movements, because that's going to be the foundation for all of our off-ice energy system training. So our speed training, our stamina training, it's pretty much all going to be ground-based. We're not really going to spend a lot of time, riding the bike, those kinds of things, because it doesn't really translate. Maybe it gets your cardiovascular system, but it doesn't get your muscular system, the endurance you need in your muscular system. So let's, before this rain sets in again, let me show you exactly what it looks like. For my footwear, I'm just wearing my Solomon trail shoes. So they have a pretty aggressive tread, but I actually really like, and I encourage the goalies I work with to buy football cleats for this type of training. I think it really gives you good support. They're pretty comfortable, and I mean American football cleats, not soccer football cleats. And I usually get the mid-cut ones. I think you get the best kind of footing from them. So you want to pick a park. It doesn't have to be a soccer field, but a park that's relatively flat. It's okay if it's a little bit uneven because that works your ankles a little bit, but you also don't want to sprain your ankles. You don't want to have your feet sliding out from underneath you when it's wet or a little bit slippery, and learn to do the splits in one, not simple, one very hard lesson to learn. So make sure that it's a safe spot and obviously no glass, things like that before you get going. And then, you don't have to measure it out. What you're going to do is you're going to jog the long lengths, you're going to shuffle the short sides, jog the long length, shuffle the short side. So, and make that short side about a third of the distance of the long side. Don't let the details be a barrier for you doing it. People are like, well, I don't have a soccer field. Well, you don't have to have a soccer field. Any open space. I trained a guy who lived in New York City, and he would do these workouts just back and forth in an underground parking garage in New York City. And he worked early in the morning, so he'd be in there like 4:30 in the morning. So if he can do it, you can do it. But let me just show you what it looks like. So it's going to be just a nice, easy jog, and it might seem so slow, but remember, we want to keep it in a category 2. And then when I finish my long side, I'm going to just shuffle. And I'm not even getting super low in my shuffle at this stage, but I really want to make sure I'm keeping my toes pointing straight ahead as I do that. So I just shuffle nice, and then I do a light jog back. And when I come to do my shuffle again, I want to make sure that I'm facing the same direction each time. So I'm always going to face the camera, say, so that I get a shuffle to my left and a shuffle to my right. And that's how we're going to do it. And that's a perfect kind of base energy system development, stamina conditioning workout that you're going to do early in your off season. So in the first month of your off season, keep it loose. Keep your rating, so it's category 2. So you want to keep your RPE, your rating of perceived exertion, to around a 5 or a 6. If it's getting above that, then you're not getting those adaptations that we're really going for at this point in the off season. Key points, make sure you have relatively smooth ground. You can see it was a little uneven. I don't mind that because it's going to give my feet, my ankles, my balance a little bit of work, but don't be somewhere you're going to step in a gopher hole and sprain your ankle. Wear the right kinds of shoes. If you have like running shoes that have a thick foamy sole, like that are made for jogging or running, those are not the right types of shoes. So you should have something that's more like a cross trainer, a trail shoe with a good grip pattern, or I really like American football cleats. I think they're the best. For a work to rest interval, you're gonna go for 3 minutes, steady, and then you're gonna rest just for a minute. You can walk around while you rest or do whatever, you have a sip of water. You're gonna repeat that 5 times. That's it. And that is your soccer field shuffle. That is your level 1 off-season conditioning workout. Is this all we do in the first phase of the off-season? No, absolutely not. But this is a great place to start. If you're not, if you don't have a proper program to follow, if you want a proper program to follow, then go to goalietrainingpro.com and hit the link at the top that says training programs, and we'll get you set up. But if you don't have anything, this is a great place to start. I will catch you next time. I love you guys. See you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.